Every person in the world needs a purpose. And if you find your purpose, it gives you hope. Hope is that light. When things get dark, you can look up and you've got this thing in your heart that there is somebody out there caring for you. We came to George in 2000 on a mission trip, and our hearts were just so stirred. These little ones were everywhere. They were dirty, they were snotty noses, but they were just so amazing in their hunger for love and for acceptance. And eventually we decided we have to come back, we have to make a difference. In 2001, after we sold up what we could to buy tickets to get here, we landed in George. So that was the beginning of Life Community Services, and the work began. Surprisingly, or not surprisingly, we found out that there were just no fathers in the community. Because the children don't have families, they run in gangs. So the gangsters capitalize on it. The little ones have to do some gross things before they can be accepted in the gang, for the promise of a bed or a roof over their head instead of this plastic bag frame place that they call home. That becomes very attractive. Kids are just slaughtered by this violence. It's very important that we do something about it. And if everybody just does something on a street corner, we could change George, we can change South Africa. And it's our duty as children of the Lord and as people living in this world to make a difference. We've got to make a difference in the life of the next person. Otherwise, why are we existing? Our whole vision, mission, and motto is locked up in one phrase, and that is touch a life and mend a heart. And that they, the children, are worthy of love, dignity, and respect. And they need to give love, dignity, and respect to those around them.
Amen. Amen.
No project will ever be successful with children if you're not going to do it in a holistic sense. Because a child needs all aspects developed. They need their physical aspect developed, they need their mental aspect developed, they need the spiritual and their soul, who they are. They need it all developed. We have 8 centers around George, and at the centers we cater for plus minus 1,000 children every day. In the mornings we have a preschool program, and we do educational and developmental activities with the children. Most of us would do colors, and most of us would do reading with our children at home. Most of us would teach our children left, right, gross motor skill activities, fine motor skill activities, basic things that we take for granted. The children do not know these things. We have found that after our successful preschool programs that the children go into the public schools with no support systems. So what we decided is to try out and start a grade 1 class, which was very successful. That grew into grade 2, we're up to grade 5 now. So every year we add a grade. This is for children who come from our preschool programs, who we know need support, home support, who we know need food support, and we know that they need love. For many of the children, the nutritional meal that they receive from us is their only meal. And we just believe that nutrition plays such an important role in the lives of the children as far as their health and their well-being is concerned. And therefore, we feed approximately 1,000 children a day in the different areas, in the different centers. And it's really worthwhile seeing what nutrition has done to improve their well-beings. Once a month, we do a clothing outreach at the centers.
Oh, this is going to fit nicely.
We bring the clothing there and the children try clothing on. They love it. And they go home with clothing that was donated to us. Some things are even brand new. And that's also to just show the children that they are worthy of good clothing. So life skills is very important for any person to have, and especially for our children. We teach them to garden, we teach them to grow things, we teach them to make compost. We teach them to have their own little space where they can grow vegetables, again, for their own nutritional needs. And it's amazing to see how these children tell their caregivers or their parents about the importance of it. Another aspect of what we do is we give our ladies and our older teens a skill. They learn to sew, to crochet, to knit, to develop themselves and to sustain themselves, but also so they can start their own industry. And from that has developed Isipu, where the ladies are now sewing and developing their own patterns. In fact, they are designing and making their own product. So it's become an income for them. They receive a salary. There are many, many things that our ladies make, and we make at big scale so that we can service the community when people want to place orders. It's amazing what these ladies have accomplished. Our vision is to develop the village. The village is the place where we can develop the school, where we can have our Isipu development. But over and above that, at the back of the village, we want to develop staff housing. Our staff are precious. They've also come through the ranks of life, many of them. Others have joined us through the years. But they're worthy of a good place to live. They're worthy of a good income. They're worthy of safety and security. And that's what I would like us to create at our village. Looking back over the last 20 years of life, I feel our biggest wins or our biggest successes have been what we've built into the lives of the children. To see them make something out of their lives with the opportunities we gave them, with the opportunities that came their way through the ministry, with the opportunities that people gave them because of the partnerships that we built outside of life. And we thank the Lord that we could put those building blocks in place. I feel fulfilled when I see one child make it. Even if it was for that one child, it would have still been worth it. Words can't describe it. It's just a feeling of thankfulness and gratitude to the Lord for that.